Hey everyone, it is a weeknight and it's cooking with ease, E''S. And I need to make something quick and healthy, protein, vegetable. I'm probably gonna skip the starch today. I had a little pasta earlier in my soup. I had Vietnamese soup, so I had the noodles, and that's where I had my carbs. So I'm going to be making some 99% fat-free. Oh, I didn't even notice. Thin sliced chicken breast. I just bought it because they were on sale for $3.99 a pound at ShopRite. I sound like the mother from Schitt's Creek, if anybody watches that. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dredge the chicken cutlets in some flour. So just dump some good old flour on a plate. And what we're going to do here, the reason we do this is to lock in the moisture. And you want to flavor that a little bit, so you can put your fresh ground pepper in the flour so that when you dredge it, it's going to coat your chicken. And a little salt. I use a ground sea salt, pink Himalayan. I don't know, it just sounds nice, doesn't it? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my pan heated up actually. Not my pan, but my friend's pan. You just cook in whatever kitchen you got and you use whatever they have. And hopefully, yeah. So, yes, that is a little butter. Shh, don't tell anybody. Butter somehow browns the food a little better because of its cooking temperature. So, since I only used a little, I'm going to add some olive oil to that. And it also gives it a really good flavor. So you want to cut down on the fat, cut down the butter, or don't use butter at all, but you're just going to have a different browning effect. Okay, so we're going to let that heat up really good because we don't want a pan full of flour. If you were doing a franchise, you would be dipping your chicken in some egg wash and then dredging it in the flour. I love that word, dredge. I learned that in like 8th grade cooking class. Maybe not. Maybe it was high school. So like I said, it locks in the moisture and it gives it a nice brown on the outside. So I'm going to show you how that's done. We're going back and forth on the counter here. So I really didn't mean to buy 99% fat-free, but I guess it just means that they trim the fat off since it is chicken. And we're just going to lay it down and pull it through the flour. So just make sure it's nice and evenly coated, and then you could shake the excess off like that, because like I said, you don't want clumpy flour, and flour and liquid usually turns to like glue. And from there, we're just going to put it in the pan. I'm walking over to the pan, trust me. And make sure that pan is nice and hot. So we're going to do that for each piece. It's actually more practical if you have the flour dredging process next to the pan. But like I said, not my kitchen, and there's some things on the counter in my way. So you improvise. Improvise in everything. Okay, so you do that. Make sure nothing's wet. And I hope the pan's big enough for all my pieces of chicken. It should be. Just 4 pieces here. 2 people, 4 pieces. Hopefully it'll be enough. If not, you can, like I said, you can always cook a starch with it. Depending on your body type and your physical level, you should be watching your carbohydrates. I'm very active, so I need the carbs to burn off and hopefully keep fat off. Okay, that's 3 pieces, guys. I don't know why I called you guys, because there's probably more girls watching. But anyhow, here's my last. I think I got gypped my little mini piece here. But anyhow, yes, I'm promoting ShopRite. Started working there when I was 16, maybe 15. In the bakery department. I won't even tell you the loads of fun I had there. I wouldn't even consider that a job. We had such a blast. We did some things. See, if you get just a little moisture there, it turns to glue, like dough. So like I said, keep the moisture out of your flour. I'm putting that last piece in the pan. And you might have a little splatter. Don't cover that up. Gotta get the flour with my hands, so I'm washing my hands. Okay, which you should do constantly. And this flour, unless you plan on making more chicken, you have to dump that out. Why? Because you just dragged raw chicken through it. And you know what else you're going to do with that flour at the moment. If you have any ideas, throw them in the comments. That would be great. Okay, so from here, as you see, our chicken is already starting to brown quickly. That's because of the butter. I'm going to, just so I don't ruin the flour coating on the opposite side, I'm going to take a peek with a fork and see how that's doing. I could go a little more. These two I just put in last. So let's see, this is the first piece in. I'll see how much more brown that is. Okay. I like to go a little more. So these are really thin, so they're not going to take very long to cook. So you want them good and brown though. Now I really had to improvise because what I wanted to make, I forgot to get cream of any sort. So I could use almond milk, but it just doesn't have the same consistency. I'm trying to see what's in this refrigerator here. Almond milk is not going to work. I mean, I could use an egg. That would be kind of weird. It would just get like scrambled eggs. So, yeah, nothing here that's going to help me thicken this up to a cream sauce unless I use flour. But again, you don't want a gummy sauce. So this guy can get turned around probably. We can always turn around one more time. You see there's no residue here, right? It's nice golden brown. I like it more brown, so maybe we'll turn it again. And I'll turn these guys over too. I don't know why I'm calling them guys. I did just cook something prior to this, so that's why there's some little bits and pieces. I should have probably cleaned out the pan a little better. But, you know, kind of all in the family here. So we're going to brown that. I turned the pan because even though it's gas heat, somehow this burner burns a little uneven. You can see how the butter and oil is kind of sitting on this side of the pan. So if you have that issue, just kind of move around whatever you're cooking. Don't stick your face too close, especially with butter and oil, because it's splattering. It's splattering on the stove right now, and perhaps on the lens. So, there we go, taking a long process here. I'm kind of just making this up as I go along, which is not my forte. So, we'll see what happens. How bad could it be? I kind of know how to cook and kind of know what flavors and textures go well. So, let's see what happens. No, we need a little more on that. So this is definitely going to be a cleanup because of the splatter. But, you know, you can cover it, but then it's going to cook really fast on the outside and maybe not so quick on the inside. But like I said, chicken is going to cook fairly quickly. It's so thin. And I'm going to keep browning this. See that? I can feel the crispness on the outside. These are really nice crispiness. A couple of little burnt edges there, but that's okay. I like it. Some people don't. Some people like their food pale. They like apple pie with a white crust. To me, that's not a crust. That's still dough. Uncooked dough for my purposes. So let's see how we go here. Whew. I can definitely feel the heat. Getting a couple splatters of butter on my hand. I can take it. A big girl and rotate again. I was hoping it would brown a little quicker. If I used all butter, it would brown even better. But I didn't, so it's not. So So from here, the only vegetable I'm going to do is spinach right now. So, okay, one more turn. That should do it. Pretty soft, nicely done. I like the color. I like the golden brown color. If it were up to me, it would be like darker like that. So that's just my choice. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add either chicken broth or chicken stock. Again, either low or no sodium. But I tell you, some of these low sodiums, if you ever look at the, like this one's really good. It's only 140 milligrams. The other day I saw a can, I won't even say the brand, of low sodium chicken broth. And it was like 480 milligrams of salt. Wow, that's low. Okay, so now I'm going to fill the pan with some chicken broth. This is stock actually. And I think I will put a little lemon in there, even though it's not the dish I wanted it to be. I'm going to use the fresh lemon juice because, like I said, this is quick dinner weekday. Little lemon for flavor. Okay. And then I just put the cap on things. I'm actually going to put in a little bit of whole grain mustard. I don't know. It sounds good to me. Chicken, mustard. Yeah. We'll put that in there. You know, I should squeeze out the juice in the sink or in the garbage first, because a lot of times... Okay, sorry, back again. And, you know, sometimes you get interrupted with a dog or something, or a phone call. I don't know if they've perfected that, if you're doing a video, and maybe I just don't know on my phone yet. Okay, anyhow, so we have the chicken broth, we have the whole grain mustard, salt, pepper. You can put whatever other herbs you have available. You can kick it up a little bit with, what do we want to kick it up with? How about a couple pepper flakes, red pepper flakes? Ooh, when I say a couple, I mean a couple. And be sure that your cap is on, because you definitely don't want too much of that. Or you could also kick it up with a little adobe, and just a little bit for some heat. Okay, depending on your preference of heat. And remember, I lied before when I said I didn't know what I was going to do with that extra flour. Well, I'm going to use it to thicken up my sauce here. Okay, so I'm going to put in a little bit. If you put in too much at once, again, it's going to clump up. So you can do this and put it in one little area and just kind of make sure it breaks up. See how it thickens up right there? And hopefully it'll thicken up the rest of your sauce, whatever this concoction is. Okay, so right there where I put the flour, it's thick, right? So I'm going to put a little bit more and put it over here. And technically you should put in the liquid into a little bit of the flour first, and then mix it up and then dump it in. But let's try that. I can feel the sauce is actually thickening up a little bit. Okay. And by the way, I forgot to mention, use unbleached flour. Why is that? Because, I don't know, why would you need your flour bleached anyhow? It's only for aesthetics. So make sure it says unbleached flour, and it's right on the shelf with, you know, the regular bleached flour. I never understood that. So, last thing we're going to put in is our spinach. I got baby spinach. It's just more palatable for me. So, you just really dump it on top. And as much as you want, because we talked about this before, the spinach has, I think it's like 80% water. So, you know, this is going to reduce to 20% of its initial volume. So if I just put that on top and I let the heat steam it, it's a wonderful thing. Spinach is so rich in iron. So, especially good for women. We need our iron. And there's a bunch of other very healthy properties. And at the end, I'm going to add some artichoke hearts. Now, I bought, it's 8 to 10 count. I don't know. It's like shrimp. You know, they go by size. And it's a little bigger than I wanted. I usually like the quarter hearts. So it's a little bigger. You can cut them if you want. But I'm just going to put them in and heat them up. And I did rinse it a little since it is a can. And, you know, the preservatives and, again, more sodium. But this one is only 105 milligrams of sodium. You know, you wonder why I keep talking about sodium. Well, I did start getting bags under my eyes. I still have some today. You know why? Because I ate like a whole bag of popcorn yesterday. And, of course, the sodium. So you'll see what happens. Could be a lack of sleep as well. But when you start getting bags under your eyes and you don't drink enough water, like me, because I love my coffee, I'm usually drinking coffee most of the time, what happens is your body retains water. And some people gain weight because of it. Some people settles under the eyes and then it ages you by like 10 years. So we don't want that. Why would we want that? We don't want to look older or feel older or sluggish. So why not stay healthy as best as we can? My chicken is very buried under here now. I'm going to actually pick up the chicken from underneath and let the spinach drop below. You see, my sauce is actually thickening up. I'm very happy about that. I have no idea how this is going to taste. You know, it's not the most artistic piece, but when I take a picture, it's going to look much better. So make sure some of that sauce gets on your little artichokes there. Boy, I should have cut those up, I must say. But, you know, trial and error, and like I said, no fancy presentation needed here. I could have used another vegetable for color. I don't know, some carrots or... Oh, actually, so fun stuff. I do have some leftover carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. Very little. They were frozen. Again, don't tell anybody because this is a weekday quick meal. Actually, frozen foods are not bad. Much better than canned foods because there's no preservative in frozen unless, of course, they have some kind of sauce built into that bag that you buy. But see, now I have a little color. The orange is just beautiful of carrots. Remember we did the purple carrots and the white carrots on a previous dish? Well, we did. So, I mean, there you go. It's pretty much warmed up, warmed through. Like I said, you can throw in some more spinach. But there it is, a nice healthy dish. Turn the heat down. Serve it up. You can have it just as is or serve it up with some rice or I don't know about pasta with this. Maybe on top of linguine or spaghetti. Not bad. And you still have a little of the sauce underneath. You could pour it over. And that's it for today. So quick weeknight dinner when you don't want to eat something frozen or get takeout. Thanks for stopping in and have fun cooking at home. Bye.